Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Super pumped to have you here, and I really mean that. It feels really good being back here making skateboard content for you guys. This is my first video of 2021. Before we completely move into the new year, I do want to go back and go over my top 5 favorite boards from 2020. So I skate a lot of boards, and a lot of you who watch my channels look at me to pretty much tell you what are some good boards, and I put together a pretty good list of reasons why I like these boards. But before we get into that, in the spirit of giving back, at the beginning of each of these videos in 2021, we're going to be doing small giveaways. So for this one, it's a Spitfire sticker, a Zero sticker, and we've got a Van sticker. So all you have to do to win these is be subscribed, like this video, and comment down below what was your favorite board out of 2020. And once you do all that, I will pick one of you guys and I will mail you the stickers. And eventually, as we grow, hopefully we'll be able to do some cooler giveaways at the beginning of these videos. But for right now, it's just going to be simple stickers, and hopefully you guys will have a chance to win. All right, let's get right into it with number 5. So number 5, and this is going to be going from my top 5th favorite all the way to my favorite board, we've got the Krusty Pro Model from ATM. So for those of you who don't know, ATM comes out of SOP distribution along with Iron Horse grip tape, Acid Chemical wheels, Permanent Vacation. Those are just some brands. But this is an ATM Krusty Pro Model. I thought the graphic on this was super, super cool. And Krusty, he is an awesome skater. Definitely check him out on Instagram. He has a really killer part also that's out on the barracks. So this is the board. And if you've followed my channel for a while, you know that I really like ATM boards. And it's because this board actually costs almost half as much as a Santa Cruz board, where they're in the $60 range. This was in the $30 range. And for a board that has really good concave, really good pop, really good shape, and a graphic like this, that's why I like ATM so much. They're cheaper, but my gosh, they are like really good quality. And I've never had a problem with an ATM board besides one time when there was an error and I talked to them about it and they were able to get me a new board. So their customer service is phenomenal. I can definitely recommend them. Your local skate shop might have them, and that's where I would go first. But if they don't, SOP distribution will definitely have them online. You can get an awesome board that's cheaper, great shape, good pop, and an awesome graphic. All right, let's get on to number 4. Coming in at number 4, some of you might remember this board if you've watched this channel for a while, because I did do a setup on this board, and that was our flip board that we put the Mob Motorhead collab grip tape on here. I just thought it was a super sick looking board. So this is the board coming in at number 4, and flip is very interesting. So it has a very steep concave on it, but it has a very small nose and tail, and it's something that I'm not really used to. So if you've skated a Girl or an Alien Workshop, it's almost the complete opposite, where it has really, really steep concave, but the nose and tail are really small. And I found that this really helps with learning flip tricks, because I actually learned a lot of flip tricks on this board, and my flip tricks just got more consistent. So I don't really know what it is about the shape, because it's strange. I didn't love the shape, but my skating for some reason did, and I was just kind of kept thinking in the back of my mind, this is how Luan Oliveira does it. But it's going to be this flip board. I thought the graphic was really cool looking, and it did snap, but I did jump off a gap and landed completely wrong. So the break on this was user error, and unless you really mess up and don't land bolts like me, your board will last you a while, because this was still in really good shape there's no chips or anything on here, and the tail is not significantly razored. So I can definitely say these are quality, but if you land on a board wrong, you land on a board wrong. All right, let's get on number 3. So coming in at number 3, we have a little bit of an interesting one, because this one was requested to me by a subscriber, and I listened and I picked one up, and that is the Manny Santiago Fortune Pro board. So this is obviously not the one I skated. The one that I did skate is in a lot of different pieces right now, and I didn't feel like putting them all together for this video. But this is the same board, and it's also a Manny Santiago Pro board. And oh my gosh, first, Manny Santiago, if you haven't heard of him, he absolutely kills it. He has a YouTube channel. I'll link it down below in the description, but definitely check out his Instagram, because my gosh, the dude absolutely kills it. So this board, it's extremely interesting, because it's almost like the opposite of the flip board, where it's concave. I wouldn't say it's mellow, but it's nowhere near as steep as a Girl board or an Alien Workshop board. But the nose is absolutely massive, similar to a Reel, and the tail is extremely steep, similar to a Creature. So if you take all those aspects of those boards it feels kind of like that, where the concave is not extremely steep, but it's got a huge nose and a very steep tail, which makes popping tricks feel a lot easier. And I skated my Fortune board on Tensor Maglite trucks, and similar to like the flip board, I just feel like my flip tricks were a lot easier. And some boards, it's just not like that, but the Fortune board definitely stood out above the rest, and it definitely should be on this list because it's not that big of a brand. Manny Santiago, even though he just left the team, and this is the last board, I believe this is the last pro board they put out for him. He's amazing. You should definitely check him out on Instagram, and you should definitely follow Fortune. If you're looking for a new board that's kind of not mainstream, I could definitely recommend these guys. They need the love. So definitely check out Fortune Skateboards. You will not be disappointed. All right, let's get into number 2. So no surprise that this board is on the list. We have the Creature Mob Misfits collaboration. We did get a pretty nasty chip right here, but this board, the looks of it speak for itself. I think this is one of the coolest looking graphics I've ever seen. I even got a Thrasher sticker that matches it. I just think it looks so sick. And I did also a video of me setting this up. So if you want to see that, go check out some of my earlier videos. You will see me setting up this whole board. But this is one of the coolest looking boards I've ever seen. And Creature is one of my favorite brands. So a lot of skaters on Creature skate transition, but I don't skate that much transition. I pretty much just skate ledges, rails, and flat ground manual pads. This board works perfectly for all those. There has never been a situation where I thought to myself, man, I wish I wasn't on a Creature. These boards, I keep forgetting how good they are, where I'll ride a few other brands and I'll come back to Creature and I'm just like, this is where I'm supposed to be. They feel really good. Their shape is really nice. Their pop is amazing. This right here, again, kind of like my flip board, it was user error. Sometimes the board launches out and hits things, but did not snap. There is no visual chips around it. And I did skate this for a long amount of time. They're extremely strong boards. Creature comes out of NHS Fun Factory, same as Santa Cruz skateboards. They're a little bit pricey, but when you're looking at a graphic like this, I think it's definitely worth it. If you want a really strong board that is all around, I think it succeeds in just about every single category. This is the type of board that you're gonna want. It's great for learners. Obviously, Milton Martinez skates for them. It's good for very advanced and the best skaters in the world. It will be good for you too. Can definitely recommend them. One more look at this graphic. All right, let's get on to my favorite board of 2020. All right, so this is gonna be a little bit strange. I've skated a lot of boards that came out of Thank You Supply, which consist of Blind, Dark Star, and Enjoy. And some of those I didn't like very much. And that's why this was extremely surprising. This is my Almost board. And this was the first board that I skated that was an 8.125. So I did gradually make the shift down in 2020 from an 8.25 to an 8.125. And this was the first board that I've skated. And prior to this, I have never skated an Almost board. I didn't hear the greatest things about them until I skated one, and I didn't want to stop skating it. This board is chipped in several places, and we've done enough board slides to where we're starting to go through an actual ply, but I still wanted to skate it, and you can see there's a lot of pressure cracks. I rode this board so there was nothing left. The razor tail is significant, and we do have pieces falling off the tail, and it sucked retiring this board. And actually, if you look closely, under this see-through grip, you can also see cracking under there. So I skated this board to its limits. It is about done now, and I didn't want to stop skating it. And I've never had that happen before, where I was on a board and I wasn't thinking about what I should skate next, what I should review next, what the pop would be on this board, and how my flip tricks would look on this board. When I was on this, it was just like it was right. I wanted to keep skating this board, and I just thought, wow, this is really it. So Almost, like I said, it comes out of Thank You Supply with some other brands, and it says it uses, I think, a 7-ply epoxy resin. And whatever that is, it's extremely strong. I landed on this board that would have snapped numerous other boards. I landed on it wrong. It came out, should have chipped, but it stayed strong for the most part. And even though it is completely razor-tailed and a lot of the pop is gone, I could still put this together and have a really good session on it, just like any other board. I cannot recommend Almost enough. If you haven't skated one, definitely check them out. They are worth it. They Their graphics, especially this one, it's a little bit plain, but they've got some really good ones. I can just say that I was surprised, and I think if I was surprised, and I try to skate all different companies, really big ones to really small ones, I was actually surprised by how much I like this board and how my tricks looked on it and how much I progressed on. I even learned hard flips on this. So I can definitely recommend Almost boards. I think you'll really like them. And that completes it. We've got Almost, Creature, ATM, Fortune, and Flip. So those are my top 5 boards of 2020, and I really want to know what your favorite board was. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It feels really good to be back. So we're going to have a lot more content coming. Subscribe, turn that bell on, keep skating, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next one.